Let's cut the bullshit and let's set the record straight. Let me show them how it should be done. Let me do things my way. Fuck AFTVFC. You have no idea what you have started.
Hello boys and girls, welcome to the player ratings for Arsenal's victory against Watford tonight. And you know what, that scoreline does not really paint a fair reflection on the performance, because we were absolutely dreadful tonight. That was right up there with a performance at Everton. We were shocking, but the only difference is we actually got the 3 points. Vital win. We move back into the top four. We go ahead of Chelsea, level on points, but we do have a game in hand as well. We go back above Manchester United and we're only 1 point behind Spurs. That's crucial when you look at the run of fixtures coming up. We're playing at home against Crystal Palace next, whereas Spurs are going to the Etihad. So listen, it's all to play for. That top four position is like a yo-yo. But the performance tonight from Arsenal, that was not good in any way, shape or form. I don't know what was going on. I don't know whether they were just playing in first gear because Watford were down to 10 men and they thought, let's just get through this and then we go over to Naples on Thursday. I'll tell you something though, if we play anything like this on Thursday, then Napoli will batter us. And that 2-0 lead that we have, that will go very, very quickly. Now, of course, I did say that Watford were down to 10 men, and that was because Troy Deeney was sent off in the opening 10 minutes. I suppose it's down to interpretation as to what you think about that sending off. Should he have been a red? Should it have not? I'm not too sure. But either way, it actually helped us, because probably with 11 men, Watford would have beaten us. One player who I will get into on the player ratings was the one that can hold their head up high. Is the one that you can look at and say, yeah, they performed tonight. The rest were absolutely dreadful. And they're not going to be getting high ratings, that's for sure, because I don't know. I really don't. I just don't get what happens away from home in comparison to when we're playing at the Emirates. When we're at the Emirates, it's like we're lions. When we play away from home, it's like we're pussycats. I really don't get it. Some of the tactical changes tonight were questionable. The substitutions, I don't get it. It looked very much like we were just playing in reserve, waiting for Thursday night, because that's the big game. And we got out of jail. We got away from here with 3 points. So when you look back on it, that's all that matters when you look at it in the grand scheme of things. So with that said, we're going to go and get into the player ratings. Starting off in goal, Leno, and this is one of the players that can hold his head up high. Save after save again. How many times is this guy going to save us this season? Very, very simple. Leno's getting an 8. Going to move into the back four. On the right hand side was Mustafi, and he was all over the shop again tonight. He does my head in. He's just heart attack moment every time he does something. Tonight, I'm going to give Mustafi a 4. Moving into the back four, and first of all, I'm going to go with Koscielny. Decent enough performance, solid out of the rest of them. And for tonight, I'm going to give Koscielny a 6. Alongside him was the young lad Mavropanos, and I don't want to be too harsh on him, but he was absolutely awful. He looked really heavy-legged. I know he hasn't played a lot of football, if any, and it may be a bit of a gamble to have put him in there tonight, but he just looks so out of his depth, out of place. And I suppose he will get better with minutes, but it was a gamble and it didn't pay off, and that's why he had to take him off in the end. But tonight, I'm going to give him a 4. In the left-back position was Monreal. It wasn't that bad a performance. I'd rather him playing in a flat 4 on the left than in the left of a centre-back 3. Because he kind of get exposed by the balls over the top. But tonight, decent enough performance. I'll give him a 5. Going to move into the 2 that sit in front of the 4. First of all, Lucas Torreira. And again, he came off at half-time. He was involved in the incident with Troy Deeney. I don't know whether the substitution was tactical, whether it's an injury, or whether he thought that Watford were targeting him. Because there were a few moments in that first half where Watford were getting right on top of him. So maybe he was getting a bit of protection. But for that tonight, because he come off at half-time, I can't give him more than a 4, to be honest with you. Next player was Xhaka, back from his injury, and done some good things in there. Some, you know, sloppy bits at times, but he wasn't too bad, and I'll give him a 5 for tonight's performance. I'm going to go to the wings, and first of all, Henrik Mkhitaryan. And what can I say about that performance from Mkhitaryan? Dreadful. Where are his shooting boots? I have no idea. He had so many chances and he wasted them. His crossing was poor. Just everything was poor. It was not a great night in any way, shape or form. And I'm going to give Mkhitaryan a 4 as well. Going to move on the left-hand side, Alex Iwobi. And again, like Mkhitaryan, just flat as to deceive. Wasn't doing a lot once you get in the final third. There's no end product. There was one cross in the first half, which Mkhitaryan had an attempt on when he should have probably scored. But apart from that, not really anything else, to be quite honest with you. Again, like I said, flat as to deceive. And he's going to have to start pulling his finger out and start putting in some better performances. Right up to the end product, he's great. The rest, dreadful. 4. Going to move into the centre of there, Aaron Ramsey. And again, not a great performance tonight, to be quite honest with you. Looked really leggy, overrun. And no surprise when he was taken off, to be quite honest with you. And he's going to have to fix up before the game in Naples on Thursday. But Aaron Ramsey, work rate was there, just lacking a little something. I'll give him a 5. Main striker tonight was, of course, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. And got the all-important goal, run his bollocks off, but he could have had more than one. He could have had a hat-trick, to be quite honest with you. So his shooting boots were a little off tonight, but he did get the all-important goal. So for that, I'm going to give him a 7. You're looking at the substitutions. Mesut Ozil came on at half-time for Torreira. And although he dictated quite a few things with the tempo, there was a couple of incidents that I didn't like in that second half where he jumped out of tackles and wasn't getting stuck in. And that really pissed me off. So for them reasons, I'm going to give him a 5. You're going to look at the other substitutions. Guendouzi came on in the game as well. Didn't really have a lot of time to affect it or anything else. But then Maitland-Niles as well, he came on. Same thing, can't really mark him because he wasn't on for a long period of time. And yeah, I'm just not, you know, too sure what was going on with the tactical changes and everything. It just didn't seem to work tonight for me. But yeah, those are the players. I'm going to go on to the manager now, and Unai Emery, and I'm going to give him a 4, to be quite honest with you. I think it was a massive gamble to pay Mavropanos. It didn't work, and we were very lucky to get away with that. We're lucky that Dini wasn't still on the pitch, because he would have had a field day against him. The substitutions, taking Torreira off, I understand if it was tactical, but if it wasn't, why? And then the shifting from a 4 to a 3, it kind of gave Watford a bit of an incentive, and they kind of got on the front foot then. And I didn't like that. So not great for Unai Emery tonight, to be honest with you. That's a couple of games I think that he's got a few things wrong. And maybe we were looking at Thursday. I can understand him making some changes. It was a strong enough lineup. Apart from Mavropanos, you could say was the gamble. But it was the substitutions and the tactical changes and the tweaks. I just didn't get it at all. So that's why I'm going to give him a 4. Now, everyone's been mentioning in the comment section over recent weeks for the fans. And the fans tonight, I'm going to give them an 8. Full voice, you know, singing and getting involved and everything else. It's not far for us to go. But yeah, they've done what they needed to do tonight, and they can be proud of that. But it was just a difficult one, really difficult. So there we go. That is the player ratings. And yeah, not some great marks in there, to be quite honest with you. There's some dreadful performances, but it is what it is. We got the 3 points, and we now move on to Naples. So if you're new around here, hit the subscribe button. Remember, I am going on my way to Naples this week. Thursday I fly out, actually. And there'll be a preview before then. There'll be the matchday vlog over in Italy. And then, of course, the player ratings. So listen, 3 points, like I said, that's all that matters. So until next time, I'll see you soon. I'm out of here.